Vanessa Benn.
You'll soon find out. Mr. Speaker, I stand at this podium for the first time in this August National Assembly to add my voice with resounding endorsement of the 2026 budget as presented on Monday, January 26, 2026, and to recommend it for full passage in this Parliament. Indeed, Mr. Speaker, I am following in the footsteps of my late father, the late Brindley Horatio Benn, 𝐶𝐃𝐄𝐄, and my brother, Brindley Horatio Robeson Benn, who's sitting behind me. Both of them have supported national budgets laid in Parliament by the PPP and the PPPC governments, respectively, in pre- and post-independence times in our country's history. Mr. Speaker, my dear father was a member of Dr. 𝐁𝐔𝐃𝐆𝐄's cabinet. When the British troops came into our country, I've had to modify my speech because I was particularly upset by what was said this evening in this honorable House. The British troops came to my parents' home at night. This, listen, you will learn. The British troops came to my home, my parents' home at night. This was before I was born, of course. But Robeson was there. Robeson remembers, I'm sure, with great clarity. The British troops forcibly took my father away in his pajamas. He was imprisoned at Sibley Hall, Mazaruni prison, without trial for months. Our national poet, the late Martin Carter, whom was quoted tonight, was incarcerated at the same time at Sibley Hall, at the same time with my father. We do still have the books in which my father wrote. My father too wrote some poems, but of course he didn't have the talent of Martin Carter. But this was at the time when our national poet Martin Carter authored his famous collection, Poems of Resistance. Mr. Speaker, during his term as the Minister of Community Development and Education in the PPP government, one of my father's initiatives was called the National History and Culture Week. At one of these events, he was quoted as saying, "Listen up, listen up." And I'm glad that the Honorable, by convention, Dr. David Hines is here. My father was quoted at that time as saying, "British Guyana can make a unique contribution to history only if we weld ourselves into one people, one nation, and pursue one destiny." Yes, I agree. Those words, Mr. Speaker, became the motto of our country, our national motto, when our country gained independence. We are one Guyana. We are one Guyana. Don't limit yourself. Don't limit yourself. Mr. Speaker, stop mumbling. Mr. Speaker, I have had the good fortune to recall as a child, the frequent visits of Dr. Walter Raldi and others to my home. And we would visit his home. Sir, I recall how devastated we were at the time at the brutal manner in which Dr. Walter Rodney was assassinated. Mr. Speaker, I hope this is not a parliamentary word, unparliamentary word.
Let me check, hold on.
The PPP civic government named the National Archives in honor and in memory of Dr. Walter Rodney. The APNU-AFC government, during their term in office in 2015 to 2020, removed his name from the National Archives. You sit there. You sit there. And the PPP civic government, when it returned to office in 2020, put the signboard and renamed the National Archives the Dr. Walter Rodney National Archives. Mr. Speaker, I hope I have enough time, because what occurred tonight really upset me. Really upset me.
Take an hour of my time.
Mr. Speaker, the People's Progressive Party Civic also ensured a commission of inquiry into Dr. Walter Rodney's murder. I believe that report was laid in this parliament. You should know, you were a member of this parliament. The findings of that report gave clear evidence of who were the authors of Dr. Rodney's death. It is a travesty, Mr. Speaker, that the same honorable by convention, Dr. David Hines, a so-called, you don't know me. You don't know me. You don't know me. You don't know me. A so-called representative of the Working People's Alliance, oh shush, the Working People's Alliance, founded by Dr. Walter Rodney and others, now sits with the remnants of the People's National Congress in opposition. The remnants. You are like, for remember your maths? You remember your maths, Mr. Speaker? Mr. Speaker, oh, be quiet. Oh, be quiet. Mr. Speaker, one of the things I used to do when I was a bit younger was teach mathematics. And looking at the PNC and the APNU and the AP, what's it? I can't even remember all the different contortions. You're sliding to the left of the x-axis. You're sliding to the left. Negative. Negative. It's how many seats they got now again? It is a travesty, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, oh, be quiet. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, when the Honorable by Convention, Dr. David Hines, was accused by the then PNC government of bringing guns into the country, the late Shirley Edwards, a long-standing member of the PPP, kept him safe. Kept him safe. Kept you safe. Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, listening, I started coming to this parliament listening to my brother as a minister in the PPC government. Mr. Speaker, in recent years, as recent as last year, came as part of the delegation of the Ministry of Natural Resources in support of the Honorable Vikram Bharat, Minister of Natural Resources. The resort to racism Mr. Speaker. There's a quote that the resort to racism is the last refuge of a scoundrel.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, under the direction of our Chief Whip, I shall repeat, the resort to racism is the last refuge of a scoundrel. Permit me, sir, to express my sincere, you can't handle me. Mr. Speaker, permit me to express my sincere gratitude to Dr. the Honorable 𝐁𝐔𝐃𝐄𝐓, Senior Minister in the Office of the President with responsibility for finance, for delivering a masterclass in prudent fiscal management of our national purse, whilst ensuring that our government's policies, programs and plans for delivery in 2026 have the requisite finances to ensure successful implementation. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, you know, I was sitting there quietly until y'all start me up. Hey, quiet, hey. Honorable, by convention, is not the truth? Isn't that the truth? Mr. Speaker, Dr. the Honorable 𝐁𝐔𝐃𝐄𝐓's masterclass delivered, there's a cacophony somewhere over there, a cacophony, AG? Mr. Speaker, Dr. the Honorable 𝐁𝐔𝐃𝐄𝐓's masterclass delivered to Parliament and our nation 2 days ago reported on the performance of our economy during 2025 and prior, and maps in great detail the allocations and budgetary measures to be rolled out in this year that lift and improve the socioeconomic circumstances of all our citizens, whilst enabling the impressive transformation, Mr. Speaker, of our dear land. Mr. Speaker, I was disheartened last night when one, how poor you. Mr. Speaker, I was disheartened last night when one of the opposition members said during his speech that the staff of the Ministry of Finance slaved to work on this budget. And I was disappointed that he was not made to retract the statement. Sadly, the term slave was used again today by another opposition member, whilst referring to the diligence of our fellow public servants. Mr. Speaker, through you, I call on those who made these utterances to do better. Our ancestors struggled through those hardships and rose from them. You can't have the Robeson. You're glad that Robeson wasn't there. You didn't expect another Ben before you. This is another Ben. This is another Ben. You can't handle it. You can't handle it. Mr. Speaker, I was disappointed that those members of the opposition were not made to retract the statement. Mr. Speaker, through you, I call on those who made these utterances to do better. Our ancestors struggled through hardships and rose to them to the extent that persons of African descent, including me and including Robeson, and as a matter of fact, every Guyanese can dream, attain, and excel with dignity in any sphere of endeavor today. It is distasteful and dishonorable to those who made the way for us through their sweat, blood, and sacrifices for the freedoms we now enjoy, to use that term in such a reckless manner. Mr. Speaker, whilst browsing the Ministry of Finance's social media pages prior to the 2026 budget presentation, I was truly impressed by the number of young people seen in the photographs diligently working, confidently sharing their input with visible interest and quiet professionalism. Mr. Speaker, I immediately gave them a shout out on my page and used this opportunity for the sake of the record in the Hansard to enjoin my cabinet colleagues in expressing our debt of gratitude to our finance specialist, along with the Director of Budget and staff of the Ministry of Finance, for their valued competence, support, and dedication. Oh, poor you. Oh, poor you. Appreciation is also extended, Mr. Speaker, to the team at the Ministry of Housing, some of them who are here this evening, and to all the ministries and agencies in our government for their significant contributions to Budget 2026, Mr. Speaker. The recommendations and concerns of the private sector and other stakeholders were also taken on board and have helped to share what we are deliberating upon this week. We thank them also. Sir, Mr. Speaker, I recall a particular statement made by then Member of Parliament 𝐁𝐔𝐃𝐆𝐄 Pearson. She's not. What's going on? 𝐁𝐔𝐃𝐆𝐄 Pearson during her contribution to the 2020 budget debate. And I paraphrase her comments attributed to Dr. the Honorable 𝐁𝐔𝐃𝐆𝐄. MP Pearson proclaimed that he is the man for the job. And yes, he is. Mr. Speaker, those who are paying attention, clearly not those over there, but note that I refer to my cabinet colleague in a different manner as seems to be the norm in this National Assembly. My statement is by no means a criticism.
Honourable Member, I'm hearing some unparliamentary words.
Yes, sir, I'm hearing them as well.
I'm asking those persons to desist, and those who want to heckle you, let them come back in their seats. You may continue.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, those who were paying attention would note that I refer to my cabinet colleague in a different manner as seems to be the norm in this National Assembly. My statement is by no means a criticism, but particularly in the context of the budget currently before us, and of all the budgets he has previously presented to our Parliament, all of which were unanimously and successfully passed. We recognize his stellar scholastic achievements, a holder of a doctoral degree in accounting and finance, and of course, him being an honorable gentleman. I state again, Mr. Speaker, like 𝐁𝐔𝐃 Pearson did, as she asserted, 𝐁𝐔𝐃 is the man for the job. Mr. Speaker, I have listened to the mumbling, grumbling, and even forceful protestations at times that the PPPC government does not care for our fellow Guyanese, nor does not put people first. All of my colleagues who spoke before me have, of course, swiftly dispatched such scurrilous remarks. But I add my voice to help to close the door on these inaccuracies. I offer a few quick points, especially to those listening and who may be misled to believe their aspersions. Mr. Speaker, I recall over these past 2 or 3 days mention of the issue in Region 10 with regard to the persons who were affected when the bauxite company closed. Mr. Speaker, you can call me fake, but you can call me whatever you want. It doesn't change whom I am. I stand here with pride and dignity. My shoulders held back, my head held high. I'm proud to be on this side of the House, which got the resounding victory on September the 1st, 2025. Be quiet. Mr. Speaker, on the 29th of March 2020, the Maritime Administration Department, and forgive me, Mr. Speaker, but there's distractions over there, I can't. Issued a statement that the blockage of the Berbice River or any other waterway is illegal and in direct contravention of the law. This statement was triggered by elements who used the opportunity of the workers' strike at the bauxite company to encourage persons to block the river for months. We remember that the workers' strike was over demands for higher pay and the dismissal of some employees during the unrest. But, Mr. Speaker, I can lay it over if persons can't remember. People want, where are you going away by? March 29, 2020, this article from Starbuck News, which I like to quote, of course. It makes reference to the blockage of the river and the statement by Maritime. But I wanted to point out, referring to it, it makes sense to you because you don't want to acknowledge it. It makes reference to the point that during this time, those workers were misled. And those workers did not have the facility of a Ministry of Labor during 2015-2020, when those persons sitting on that side of the House, who seem to have, maybe they're hungry, there was no proper representation or guidance to the workers, and their families were left to suffer. Those workers and their families were in Linden, Naituni, Kokwani, New Amsterdam.
That's correct. That's correct.
And now, Mr. Speaker, this is March 2020. What do we remember about those times, March 2020? We were in the time when persons were clinging on to dark times, my love, clinging on to power after they had lost the elections. And my same brother Robeson, who, sweetheart as he is, has come to be here while I give my maiden speech. As a commissioner of GCOM, was being dragged out of this place, whilst the recount of the votes were ongoing. Mr. Speaker, the persons sitting on that side of the House who are grumbling and parading with some kind of attitude of moral uprightness have dragged our country through times when we couldn't even keep our chin up, when persons would not acknowledge that 33 was the majority of 65. We had to go through the court here, the Court of Appeal, and go straight till to the CCJ. Straight to the CCJ. Because simple mathematics, simple logic, the things that are in our Constitution, and a legislator who's grumbling and mumbling on that side didn't want to acknowledge it. Clinging, Mr. Speaker, you know, it reminds me of barnacles on a boat. They had to be scraped off. They had to be scraped off. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, you know, I know that some persons over there are sitting and thinking why I'm not speaking about housing, but Mr. Speaker, I have come after the Honorable Colin Crowell, the Minister of Housing, who was comprehensive while he was at this podium in his delivery on behalf of the housing sector in our country and what is being done by the People's Progressive Civic Party in government. And Mr. Speaker, my predecessor, the Honorable Dr. Susan Rodriguez, also used part of her time at this podium to speak on housing, as did several others, including Honorable Sarah Brown and others. But Mr. Speaker, I sat and listened, as I said, to the mumblings and grumblings and protestations by some of the members of the opposition who wanted to say that their communities were not benefiting from the LCDS, the Forest Carbon Credit Funds. Mr. Speaker, I can speak about this because from 2020, I have been part of the Department of Environment and Climate Change in the Office of the President and have had the honor and privilege to be part of the negotiating team of our country at the international fora, including the Conference of Parties on the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. Mr. Speaker, one of the honorable members, and you know, before I go there, let me go back to this, because I really want, you know, this mention about the communities in Region 10 and how they're not, you know, the families struggling and so on, etc., etc. So, Mr. Speaker, in 2023, the community of 𝐁𝐔𝐃𝐆𝐄 used their carbon credit funds to purchase a Lucas mill for $5 million, a log trailer for $1 million, provided transportation accommodation for their residents at the tune of $1.7 million, provided stipend for the committee members for $140,000. They bought a log loader, part payment for $7 million, and provided transportation, for that log loader at $100,000. This is just 2023, when we started forest carbon credit disbursements. Pardon. Also from Region 10, Hururu, 2023, they bought a skidder for $15,300,000. They constructed a shade house at the tune of $5,756,400 and backfilled their play field to the tune of $2.5 million. And I can go on. How they spend their monies in years 2024 and 2025. But Mr. Speaker, you know, I have a document here which I can lay over. The allocations of forest carbon credits programs for the year 2025. I know there was a statement, I can't read it because it has all the villages, all the CDCs, all the satellites. But let me see if I can quickly find which one you wanted. We talk about, there's a member here from Rincon, right? And there's 𝐁𝐔𝐃𝐄. So let me see. So, you are too funny over that side, I tell you. Hey, funny. 𝐁𝐔𝐃𝐄𝐁, with a population of 135 residents, were allocated $15 million. Biruni, 450 residents, $18 million. Kururu, $24 million. Mr. Speaker, I have the full list here. And it's an update of those villages, communities, and satellites that have submitted their village sustainability plans as of current. Mr. Speaker, communities have the right of self-determination. They determine through their village general meetings how they wish to have their forest carbon credits spent. But as we speak of these carbon credits and these allocations, Mr. Speaker, the point is that the allocations annually to our fellow Indigenous peoples across our beautiful nation are not only from forest carbon credits, but also from presidential grants. And I know that, maybe I don't need to say all of this because as legislators, even from opposition side, you ought to know. And even if you do, even if you don't, you need to do the work. You need to do the work.
Honourable
Mr.
Minister,
Speaker,
you have 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I just want to make a few quick references as my time has run out. So we.
Listen, Michael. You're doing well.
Honorable Bishop 𝐁𝐔𝐃𝐄𝐁, as you just spoke, let me come to your sector. As we speak about maritime transportation services, prior to March 2020, as I can recall, there were at least 2 new ferries. The Kanawan and the Sabanto. You weren't listening. It's an attribute you should acquire. During 2015 to 2020, Dr. Frank Anthony, as Minister of Health, there was a flat line. A flat line, 2015 to 2020. And, Mr. Speaker, the PPP civic government, as it resumed office in 2020, acquired 3 ferries, the Malisa, the Connewarook 1899, and I hope persons on the other side of the House know why that vessel was so named. You should you should do the research. But because not only the rumblers and grumblers on the other side of the House are carrying on, but for the benefit of our listeners and our nation, the Connewarook 1899 is proudly traversing the 𝐁𝐔𝐃𝐄𝐁 River, reinforcing the point that the arbitral award of 1899 states that 𝐁𝐔𝐃𝐄𝐁 is ours. Mr. Speaker, I overhear the chatter that my speech is not focused on housing. And, Mr. Speaker, I got to listen to you. I ain't got to listen to you. Mr. Speaker, Guyana's sustainable housing and urban regional planning under the LCDS, which I'm proud to speak about, speaks about scaling housing access and urban infrastructure, the expansion of house lots and services, urban infrastructure transformation, vision and means nothing to me, my dear. Yeah, worry with you, bye. The new city innovation, including Silicon City, heritage conservation, greenways and public space. Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, you know, I like to give credit where credit is due. There was the Adequate Housing and Urban Accessibility Program, which was started in December 2017. Clap, no, clap, clap. 2017, you all been in office. The implementation of the program started in 2017. But, Mr. Speaker, as we would recall, because there was a no confidence motion, because there were elections and they couldn't move ahead with this project, not until 2020, when the PPP civic government resumed office, did this project come to life. Homes did not start being handed over. They went back into office in 2020. 2021, they started to have, if they put out the call, applications, and persons started to receive. 40 persons received core homes in 2022, 32 of whom were women. 45 in 2023, 44 in 2024, and a total, these are core homes. One would think they would be proud to hear of a project they started, but clearly because they know they couldn't do it properly, they couldn't deliver. Mr. Speaker, the Hyde Park Yarracabra Homestead project, which I'm immensely proud about, an initiative of our president, ensures that housing units, each of which will have a shade house, and uses our lesser used timber species, provides housing units which are allocated through a transparent and accountable process. Mr. Speaker, the beneficiaries of this project are being engaged, will be engaged in small-scale agriculture, enhance food security, and generate supplemental income right from their homesteads. Mr. Speaker, this particular project targets female-headed households. Mr. Speaker, the housing and agriculture sectors are coming together in this context, as well as the forestry sector, creating not just homes, but pathways to independence, stability, and sustainable livelihoods for families to thrive. Mr. Speaker, this housing project, this homestead project, is highly subsidized. Land acquisition and infrastructure development cost over $6 billion. Construction costs for the house and shade houses was $7 million each, and the government subsidy at $5 billion per unit represents 41.6% of the total unit cost. Clearly you don't know about our own, timber species. You should be proud. But Mr. Speaker, you see, seeing that they want to go and speak so disparagingly about our own timbers, my brother, Honorable Vikram Bharat, you know, I chair the board of directors for the Guyana Forestry Commission. And in November 2020, let me shift, you think I know nothing. We met the
Honorable
staff-
Member, Minister, you don't have too much of time remaining to share much.
Thank
You
you,
have
Mrs.
to wind down.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. But I need to make this for the record because the staff of the GFC were unpaid for over 2 months. They awaited their gratuity for over 6 months past the due date. They over $120 million in salary, $50 million in gratuity, $75 million in NIS, over $90 million in utilities, and over $90 million owed to the GRA. Mr. Speaker, I can stand here with pride. You know, Mr. Speaker, I know that they speak about the LCDS. I brought some goodies for you. Teach yourself about the LCDS. You'll see how it speaks, addresses each and every of the main sectors. The government of Guyana received an award. Bring it over. It's made of wood. Maybe that's why you want to touch it. It speaks about why the LCDS 2030, what it's all about. How does the LCDS protect against climate change? How does the LCDS address water use in agriculture? How does the LCDS address resilient homes? How does the LCDS benefit education? Mr. Speaker, I can go on. Mr. Speaker, I am proud to have had the opportunity to come to this podium and speak in support of Budget 2026. Again, I endorse it, Mr. Speaker. I thank the team of the Ministry of Finance for their hard work, and I encourage every member of this Honorable Assembly with a good conscience to support it. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister Benn.